in Wichita, yeah, people they do a little Slayer. Well, other bands play, but then this bunch of guys at the end do nothing but Slayer, and they keep switching drummers and bass players and whatever.
Oh, okay.
What is up, everybody? It is Sunday. This is Art Assault. We got a blank canvas over there beside us. We got Esley, we got Lance, and Kevin.
7-Eleven.
Kevin of the Haters Coalition, yeah. But K7-Eleven of Art Assault.
And those two Haters Coalition.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's right.
And we're missing Darren, our drummer. Sorry, I didn't mean to fire you. Our bass player.
Not fired, repositioned.
Bass player. He's
Esley does it all.
Yeah, Esley does do it all.
He does do it all. Quite nice. I enjoy it.
He's gonna be a one-man band someday. He'll be up there like stomping and playing. I see it happening.
Yeah. No, I'll leave that to Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you gotta be a lot hyper. He's definitely a very hyper person. So.
I think he could pull off hyper. I mean, he's always chill, but when he's on stage, he gets a little hyper.
Oh, big time hyper.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even
get that stage persona. Yeah.
He turns into Woody Woodpecker, man. That's what he does.
Well,
Johnny does.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we're here going to talk about next Saturday. Sorry, not Sunday.
I'll pull up to.
It's something we started last year with the Cups with our other band, and they're still going to be kind of involved, but not as a band, correct?
Yeah, basically, I got the clothing drive idea from Scotty, and since they're not together this year, I was like, "Yo, let me do it." He's like, "Bet, dude." So,
yeah, that's the Spirit of the Streets clothing drive. Is that the is there like an official charity, or is that just what you guys named?
This is what we call it.
Okay. Okay. I wasn't for sure. That's pretty. How many did you get last year?
2 truckloads.
2 truckloads and
pickup trucks in the back, like big hay bales in the back of trucks.
Going for 2 semi trucks.
Thank God we only had to drive just a couple of blocks, because otherwise there'd be clothes everywhere.
So,
and that is what the Christmas Eve, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 2 days before Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Well, it says
the 23rd.
So you people we get it. You can just stop by. The music's there if you want to, but if you can just stop by and drop some jackets off or blankets or socks or something like that, would be highly appreciated.
And I heard the flyers wrong, and I heard Ash Jack's going to be there, so just go. Find out. I mean, I could be wrong, but what's it going to hurt?
It's actually Steve-O and Bam on the reunion tour.
Yeah. Pulling an Adam Sandler.
I guess staple his ass together again or something.
Oh, God. I do whippets on stage.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a bad Steve-O joke. Not joke.
There's a good Steve-O joke?
Not a joke, a story. I mean, but it was paying Old Dirty Bastard. And it was his memorial show. So a lot of the Wu-Tang Clan and everybody was there. Can't remember. He was good friends with, or at least in communication with Method Man. And so he ran it by Method Man what he was going to do. And, Method Man was laughing. You probably shouldn't do that, but, he laughing because he probably wanted to see this white boy do this. But so he gets to his time on stage and he strips down and starts whipping it back and forth and catches it to hide it. And Old Dirty Bastard's mom was there, and
sick.
The crowd was probably like, what did I just witness? And one of the other guys from Wu-Tang Clan came up here and goes, I'm going to beat your ass if you don't apologize. And he was like, I never felt like I was going to get an ass whooping before. And so he apologized like a little bitch, and he goes like, "I was a little bitch, but you know."
I mean, what do you expect? It's freaking Steve-O.
But yeah,
I could see why that would fail at the memorial, but I feel like ODB would have appreciated
Yeah,
that.
This
Crazy motherfucker. Look at her stupid ass.
yeah. I mean, maybe not there. Maybe he should have waited to do it, and you know, maybe like afterwards, like not in front of his mom. But you know, I don't know. That was a funny. I don't know how we got on that. How did we get on that? Oh yeah.
Ass
But anyways.
jackass.
Pull up the Christmas and pull your dick out.
Yes, yes,
Go and get
yes.
some clothes.
Jingle balls. But
Santa may or may not show up. So if you want your last photos with Santa Claus,
It's a last chance.
last chance.
Santa
It's gonna be
Claus.
hot as fuck on stage though.
But we got a blank canvas, and me and Kevin didn't really quite know what we wanted to paint, and
So we're done already.
we're done. We're done. It's a snowman in a blizzard. Eating
vanilla ice cream
Yeah.
with white utensils.
So, but there was a little stink about the Riverfest button about using AI, and so we went to AI just to get on the stink board too. You know, I mean, we're gonna kind of loosely combine these two images, loosely, except for we're gonna make the guy on the bike Esley. That's what we've decided. And
We'll make you famous, boy. We're gonna make
Yeah.
you famous.
but we just asked
Or
AI, what did we say? We said robot apocalypse
And that's what
New
that's all-
Year.
New Year, yeah, that's what came up. So that's how
And
random.
and
that
the ink pump style is what it was called. So yeah, we're gonna do our version of that. Oops.
And anybody that's followed me, no, flat out. I know for sure it's not going to look anything like that. And I know.
No, yeah. I mean, anybody's watching the show, we'll butcher the
Yeah.
hell out of it.
Well,
But I'm gonna get started painting. You guys can talk a little bit more about December 23rd, like who all you got going, because we didn't touch that. Kevin, once he quits playing on his phone, the little buttons right here for the.
What are you doing, Kevin?
Yeah.
That's
Inviting
bad
people.
podcasting, Kevin.
invite people. Usually I have it hidden, but I didn't this time.
Didn't discreetly do it.
Right. I usually try to do it before, but
So if you click on any, that, click back on that. So we got our pretty little overlay.
well, what if somebody wants to ask a question? So one of you guys can move up here. Move up in the hot.
Oh, you
It's more your show than anybody's,
might
really.
need to see your face.
Nice.
Right?
All right, Kevin, ask me some fucking questions.
Well, the biggest thing on the 23rd. Okay, first of all, here's the bands, which I noticed on the Barleycorn one, they still have Sproke on there. But on the ones you put out, it doesn't have Sproke anymore.
Yeah.
So there we are. So far, they're still saying yes. So, and that Jackass, the band, they're a local.
Like noise, ska noise.
They call themselves punk, but they're really noise, and they got trumpets, so they're like a punk ska noise band.
They do their thing.
I got to see them play a little bit at Hideout the other day. Definitely high energy, and all the recordings we've heard does not justify them at all. Really noisy though. So, and then we got DSR, who's straight up just a thrash metal band with one of the craziest front guys in the freaking city, with Ricky. And then we got that band, the Haters Coalition.
Haters Coalition.
Yeah, whoever the hell they are. Yeah, they'll be pimping out the night. Yeah, and stuff like that. Cool thing though is I'm going to promote Darren a little bit. His band's doing a CD release party the night before.
Oh yeah, the Kirby's, yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely want to support that.
The dang old one-man band, Black Cat J. Right?
Yeah, I think he's looking for some members again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some people have been playing with him again. So
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
yeah, so. But he told me he wasn't playing any more shows this year. So it's like, but I think he just turned out he had time.
I mean,
And
you
here-
get that itch and you gotta feel it somehow.
So there it is. It's like you bring some jackets, blankets, socks, anything for winter gear for people.
Fucking long johns.
We always talk about people on the streets, but it's also people that don't have the incomes too, and it still amazes me how this country can still have that after all this. This is the actual event itself for it. And like I said, we did two of them last year. So in some ways, this is actually our third one. It's actually 2
Those
points.
2 in December last time?
Like we did one at Kirby's, then we followed it up doing one at Barleycorns.
We did the Spirit of the Streets
2 weekends in a row, something like that.
2 weekends.
Yeah, we did that for the Cubs 20th anniversary. That shit was fucking sick.
Oh, God. It was, we had a decent crowd when we played with the Embarrassment. Now double that crowd.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's good. For
I stepped on, you know how I step off the stage? I
Yeah.
step off the stage and they're just, I had no move.
Yeah,
I couldn't go anywhere.
that shit was packed.
Yeah, it was
Missed
awesome.
the Cubs. Shout out the fucking Cubs, dude.
They'll be back. Last time I talked to him was a while ago. They had 2 songs, so maybe they have 3 or 4 now. I don't know how long it takes them to write a song. So,
Matter of fact, shout out Mad City Cruisers too for them playing last year.
yeah.
Damn, I just realized ain't none of the bands who played it last year even active right now.
Well, yeah, because they're someone getting married in that band or something. I don't know.
I don't remember.
Because even the old Musty Bastards who we played with last year,
Oh, yeah.
one of the guys is getting married and they're doing something. He was actually at that show. The bass player, I think it was at our show the last one at Kirby's. It's like, yeah, I'm with the
The Embarrassed Men.
the embarrassed men doing the embarrassment. So yes, definitely. Please bring. Okay, how do I get to your people that are actually on here?
Click down and get the overlay on.
Oh, add overlay right here.
No. Esley was just pointing at it, Kevin.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's been no comments right now, so we
Everyone
got 0.
fucking hates us, Kevin.
Yeah.
well, we got one
We got
person.
one. Who
Talk
was
to
it?
us. Talk to us. See, that's the reason I was trying to.
No, the comments, it'll have a little red dot on there if there's anything on there.
Okay. Usually by now, that's the reason I was inviting people, but a lot of people are doing their Christmases now too. I get it.
Yeah.
So, stuff like that. So this does get rehashed and redone on YouTube and stuff like that. So
It's
by the
on
time-
the internet forever.
so it'll definitely be seen some more.
So let's finish making a fool of ourselves, boys.
Of course, of course.
All right, I want to hear. I know, Kevin, I don't think I've heard. You guys have recorded one,
We
right?
got one
There
song.
with Jared, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And,
And we got
part of your other project, right?
Yeah.
So what have you guys dropped that yet? I can't think.
Nah, not yet. We got a
Okay.
video with
it's got to be tweaked a couple more times and it'll be ready, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's ready now, but he hadn't given us the actual copy.
we got the song done and everything. We just need to pull our heads out of our asses and actually get on.
It's just easier when you got more songs, it feels like. Instead of just dropping one song.
See, I watch this guy Bacon Bits. I talk about him to every band that comes through, just because he does have a lot of good. A lot of stuff is just common sense stuff. If you've been playing music long enough, you realize this. But and some of it's like the newer techniques with social media and everything, and it's good it's a good listen for everybody. His name he's on
Bacon
TikTok,
Bits.
Facebook, and probably even YouTube.
Bacon Bits.
Bacon Bits. He's a guy. He's got long hair. He always has a cigar in his hand. That's like his branding.
Oh, yeah.
His branding thing.
Because, yeah, like you said, didn't he work for a label or he does work for a label or something like
A
that?
consultant for a label. He gets
Yeah.
bands and tells them what they need to do.
Fuck yeah.
Well, that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
Now.
Mhm.
It's all
Insane.
about social.
Yeah,
Marketing
it is.
and shit.
and getting on labels is cool, but man, either find somebody that understands the language on those contracts or learn to read those contracts yourself.
Anymore, honestly, labels are really outdated. Like you could do all that shit yourself. You just don't have the same budget.
No, I'm just
Same
saying.
budget, and the thing he says is the difference is that they've already got that. I mean, to do it yourself, you've got to network with
Yeah.
hustle. You can do it, but for them, it's going to be a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know what the contracts and stuff look like for everything anymore, but
It's whatever
I
you
would
want it to.
imagine.
It's whatever you want it to be. To be honest with
They're
you,
going to
but-
give you a 360 deal, and they're going to take all of your fucking money. Dude.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
well, it's like because everybody's into Taylor Swift right now because what's going on with her. I guarantee you, all her money's coming from her merch sales, from all that traveling and stuff she's doing.
Well, either way,
the
she like,
concerts, right? Concert sales.
Mm-hmm.
doesn't she like own like her masters and shit?
Now she does,
Something like that.
but when she first started, she didn't.
But still, like just owning them. Period.
Right.
You're
'Cause-
gonna see most of
Because
the
if you look at, I think people have learned from watching like the Beatles. Michael Jackson owned all the Beatles stuff. Yeah. It's like, what? How the hell did he end up owning all the Beatles stuff? Now Paul McCartney owns it all. He got it back once it. Because I think you can own it for like 10 years or something like that. Then you can renegotiate or something. I don't know how it all works. I just know it's weird how it all works. But it's just crazy because, yeah, you can, you get the record deal, but
I don't think you make money off records anymore, though, do you? From what I hear.
No, you're t-shirt salesman.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
sell t-shirts.
Yeah, like
and I definitely am a t-shirt salesman. We know
still,
that.
I still buy CDs and records because I'm old as shit. But I mean, I don't think most people have.
I think what's happened, and when I see that is I'm used to doing it that way, and I like to have that because when I
I
pull
like
up
the
a CD,
physical copy.
you can look at it and read it, and pull. It doesn't matter if it's cassette, CD,
yeah.
or
I
album.
gotta have the real copy.
And
Like I say, I grew up in a different era, so.
there's a lot of newer people just like, and it's like, okay, I think out of the bands we got that's been on that, I think I looked it up one time for pretty okay, and I think we made like 12 cents.
And what's the thing with?
You know what I'm saying?
I noticed
It's
bands
like,
putting
what?
out, especially with like hardcore bands nowadays, they put out cassettes.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I noticed that.
They won't even put it off CD. They'll put out a cassette. And I'm like, I mean, I have a cassette player,
Yeah.
but do like most people have a cassette player?
There's still quite a few. There's the new generation that we have 2 or 3 cassette labels in town too.
Okay.
Um,
I'm like, okay.
I've
that's
had
kinda
stuff done with my other bands from both
odd. I guess it's just as odd as having a
from
turntable.
two of the
Yeah.
the third place. I don't know if it's really a label. I think they just distribute, but we've actually done 2 from the 2 here in town. I can't think of either name right now, but they've done both. When I was with Rabbits, they did Rabbit stuff.
Okay.
And you'll find a few of those out. We did like 50 copies. Couldn't beat the price because it's only like, for us, it was only like $2 per copy,
Right.
and we'd sell them for $5. So we were, doubling up our
Yeah.
stuff. But again, it's
It's a more nostalgia type thing, huh? Like
Yeah.
cassette.
but you'll see, yeah, like I said, a lot of independent and then punk bands, and more independent bands will always have that cassette thing because it's easy too to record and get it set up and stuff like that. Even the CDs, who knows? Who really knows how it all works? You got to hustle, and I always felt it was cool when the band does have something hard copy.
Mhm.
Had one that was actually doing that, a credit card
What
thumb
was that
drive.
first part? You said it's cool when the band has something hard.
Hard copy, yeah, hard copy. I got something hard here for you, kid. But a hard copy, just like the hard copy stuff. So
Hell yeah, son. Hell yeah. So if you want Kevin to buy your merch, just pop a boner on stage.
it's got to be hats or CDs or patches. That's about how. I'm too big for shirts anymore.
Hell no, Kevin, we're gonna get you fucking.
Yeah, I'm not
some
even into
jerseys,
vinyl.
dog.
I know there's the whole vinyl thing, but like you got to have a really good record player.
Yeah,
Or sounds
I actually got
doesn't
2 of
sound
them.
good.
Yeah, I actually got 2 of them.
If you got a good record player, vinyl's cool. But like if you don't, it doesn't sound very good.
I mean, I even have 8 tracks somewhere in my house.
I got some vinyls, but it's just you can't just push a button and go to the song.
That is true.
Dog.
Yeah. And then if you want a specific song on it, you got to.
fucking-
And then it's like, oh no. Yeah, if you do vinyl or cassette, might as well just listen to the whole thing.
I think the last shit I bought was whenever I was with you when you were getting that tattoo, the fucking Jim Jones record.
We bought some records at the gate that one day.
I think that was before.
I don't think you've been back since because we both spent like a couple $100. We're like, yeah, we don't need to be doing that.
I needed to get a car before I bought more records.
Which you do have one now. That's cool as hell now. Just no, it's I gotta admit, I'm really loving the hell out of playing with you guys. And
That's fun.
Just,
It's fun.
and I know that even after our last show, one band was like, "Who the heck were those guys? And we got to follow that." And what I was like, "Oh, were we that good? Okay, great. If you think so." And it's true. I love being that band. You know, where someone hears you and they're like, "God dang, we got." Kind of like what happened to us in Colorado Springs when we had to follow that one young band that actually opened it. That Cell
23.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We were watching them play and we're like, damn, we got to follow these guys. They were good.
They were sick.
Right.
And then the band we did follow, we were like, yeah, okay.
Oh, the second guy.
Yeah.
What
See,
was
that's
the-
why it's good to always.
Crimson Rose, I think it was. And we called that one guy, Old Irish or whatever.
Old Irish. I remember that.
Slap some painkiller.
Sure.
The boy was ridiculous.
It's like, yeah, we got to play another show in Denver. So blah, blah, blah. And we're
Didn't
like,
he take like all the money? It's like, I know y'all came from Kansas, but we're gonna take this.
Yeah.
So, all right, dude. Cool. Appreciate you.
they took, because when we do traveling bands, it all goes to them, man.
Yeah, you got gas. And
Yeah.
food.
Well, Cell 23 was that way, and I really want to bring them down. They're getting closer.
We
I
need
talk.
to.
I do talk to them. They're younger. What would you call metalcore type band or something? Melodic maybe.
Like post-hardcore-ish.
But the front singer has a
Sunrise, it's all
mohawk.
rock and roll.
Or did.
Yeah, it's all rock and roll. I don't know the difference.
It's
all
anymore.
rock and roll.
But they were really good. They were really good. So
They were. I'd be down to bring them down. Hit them up, Kevin. Hit them up.
I have been. They said they're going to do something. So I told them we'll get them at least a place to play. Hopefully we can open for them or close for them or something.
Yeah, dude.
Because they're definitely. I would pull some money out of my pocket at least to get them gas so they can get up and back.
For sure.
And that's what it takes. If you got a band out there you want, man, that's what it takes. Don't expect them to always come around.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that
Shell
for
out a few
Chumbawamba.
bucks at least for gas.
What do you think Chumbawamba's booking rates
Oh,
are?
Yeah.
Since they're from Ireland, how much would be a plane
So I
ticket?
gotta
Holy
bring them out of retirement. And
Yeah.
everything.
Are they still all alive?
Enough of them. There was like 20 people in the van, so it was like Slipknot, but that's who Slipknot took their inspiration from. Like, we're just trying to be Chumbawamba, man.
Chumbawamba,
That's where Chumbawamba had a song called Slipknot.
We were talking crime songs. You guys got a crime song, don't you? Don't you?
Well, we had Murder by Cowbell in our
Yeah.
old one, but do we have one now? Oh, Chainsaw Whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What is Gutter Kids about? Fucking
Drugs in
giving,
the streets.
Giving drugs to the
Yeah.
kids or something? Whatever that dude said.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Kids, don't do drugs.
It wasn't about them. It was about what, it is about the kids and the drugs in the streets and stuff, but it isn't about giving them
It's not
drugs.
about crime.
But it is about just being on the streets. And
Which of your songs are not about crime? I feel like Punk
Killer
Psycho
Clown.
Martians is crime.
yeah, it's
too.
about destroying the world.
Right.
I think that's a crime.
Basically, Kevin's a criminal. He's a serial killer.
Serial
The
killer.
serial killer.
There's a reason he dresses up like Captain Spaulding.
I have my suspicions.
It's Captain Spaulding.
There's a lot of red flags.
Oh, yeah, dog, look at the small. You see that hat he's wearing? Devious.
It's like Bob Ross's.
You guys are gonna do an
It's all
intervention
clues.
on me
All of
during
his
the
paintings
show.
are clues.
Why are there psychologists,
I remember at
FBI,
work.
and cops here?
They had a whole bunch of pictures of
Near
Bob Ross, but he
sirens
was
and
shirtless and buff. Like they were like Photoshop, but they just had a whole bunch on their
Yeah.
walls. I was like, why do y'all have these Photoshop pictures of Bob Ross?
Bob Ross was a hero, man.
But do you have a whole bunch of Photoshop
Oh.
pictures where you're just all shirtless and buff?
The only Photoshop I have of him is somebody put my face on him and then put up my picture I did of Mars Attacks alien. And so it's my happy yak, 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 yak.
Yak yak. Yak yak.
You gotta make that an album cover, Kevin.
I still have it. Some guy sent it to me after I did that one.
Oh.
It's funny because it's some guy I don't know that well, and that happens all the time. Someone will send something. Like that one I showed you with the picture of the meat and whatever it was, just the Captain Spaulding meat platter thing. I don't know what it all was.
Interpret that as you will.
Yeah, I can't explain it any better than that
Yeah.
without showing people.
That's a dirty picture, Kevin.
But yeah, like I said, the Riverfest thing, it was a frog, which I wouldn't have. I guess the frogs have been a theme prior to.
Frogs live in rivers.
Yeah, I guess that's where the
They
collation
need
comes
to bring
from.
back and support more of the Wind Wagon Smith part of it. I haven't seen one with the big ship on it for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
That's
I've
just
never been a
me.
big follower, but I think for $4,000, I might throw my hat in next year. I didn't realize it was that
Well, it's-
big of a stake.
It's also got to be in a strange format. You might be able to pull it off. I just know it was a format that I didn't know because I was looking into it a few years ago.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
I just thought they had some committee plan that shit up. I didn't even know
Yeah.
that people do that shit.
I didn't know.
I
They
think-
had it
I
up
don't know
there.
how long they've done it, but I think they've done it quite a while now. Where
As long
they've
as I've
held
been
it open.
alive.
Held it open to the artist, and I think that's some of the draw to it. And I would like that, but I still wouldn't go to the Riverfest. I'm like, no. I mean, I'm pretty much anti, everything. So,
It's nice to dip your toes into the community and the squalor, just all the degeneracy downtown. It's okay sometimes.
maybe sneak off and get a.
Get yourself a funnel cake.
I was thinking of the,
Trip over some
the roasted
syringes.
corn, the roasted corn.
Well, you know what?
Hang out with the
You know what
people
used to
under
be
the
cool
bridge.
is
Yeah.
you used to be able to eat without the button, right?
Mhm.
The last time I went, you had to have the button. to
Well,
eat.
because they got that one spot all marked off now. You can't even get in
Yeah.
there.
See, so sometimes I'd go to just to eat.
You can't even pay
Like,
cash.
check out
You
the
gotta
food.
buy like tickets and pay
Yeah.
tickets.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of bummed
Yeah.
me out. I was like, shit.
Yeah, I liked it better when also when all the shows were on the bank.
Right.
You didn't have to go through that fence.
Right.
And
Well, they got to keep the juggalos out somehow, dog.
Yeah, that's true. It's a serious.
Juggalo free zone.
Whoop whoop.
So what's your take on the artificial art? Just fuck that shit or not?
No, it's a tool. I mean, I don't think in that for $4,000 it probably should have been all original.
Yeah.
I mean, using it as a concept like what we're doing here. We just asked put a few random words in, and you see we're not even really looking at it. We're just kind of doing our own take on it and use it as inspiration. I think we'll use. I want to lean on the, I'll use the guy a little bit more for reference, but once we get the basic shape of it down, we'll pitch it. And like I said,
yeah, because motorcycles are not that easy to actually draw from memory. I can do the fuel tank and 2 tires and maybe the handlebars.
Right.
After that,
I've done enough of them. I could get some shapes in there, but it wouldn't be
well, like
accurate.
like that rat fink we did.
Yeah.
We did everything. There was no engine, but had everything else on it.
It had an engine. Kevin.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it did. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
have
I mean, it was like I said. I mean, it was
Thinking
a
of
V and a
catalytic
rough.
converter,
Yeah.
Kevin.
But yeah, I mean, it's like I said for flyers.
Mhm.
I mean, like I said, I do flyers. I offer that, and for $20, I'll definitely, instead of going to the internet and ripping somebody off because I see a lot of that people just saving pictures off the internet. For flyers, it's a real gray area. It's probably not. You're probably not going to get hit for copyright infringement just because. I mean, like who has the time to chase all that down? But
Right.
I don't know. But me personally, I try not to. So I mean, if I like it because I can just type some words in, and then I'm not legitimately stealing copyrighted images. I mean, I tweak on them, and I think with digital art, I think it's like 20%. If you modify it 20%,
It's all good.
it's all good. I mean, I don't know 100% if that's true, but I know.
Like Vanilla Ice doing Queen. He changed that one note. So
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, it might be a
Yeah.
dig it versus
Hell
a
yeah.
did it. Yeah.
Unlike Milli Vanilli, who was lip syncing, which if they were a band nowadays, they get away with it.
It wasn't even that they were lip syncing. They didn't record the lyrics at all. It was another band.
They were
Yeah.
just like just
Yeah.
karaoke.
For real. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, not even that because they're not singing at all.
I thought they at least made the song.
They're just lip
performed
syncing.
it, really.
Yeah.
That's
They
what
didn't
I'm
have
saying.
nothing to do with the shit at
But
all.
you go to
the
you
label
go-
did it, and the label just let them hung them out to dry.
they were the hype men,
And
basically.
both of them are dead now. By the way, one of them committed suicide, and the other one died from cancer or something.
I didn't know they both.
Yeah, because they wanted a certain look. You had to have the right look.
Yeah. And like I said, but you go look now, and it's still them on. If I go to Spotify and search Milli Vanilli,
It's still them.
it's still them. And I'm like, we hung these guys out for dry,
I
but
want
we're
to see
still.
who did it.
Yeah,
Did they ever show? Who did
They
it?
have. They've done interviews and stuff with him. I bet you if you look it up, it'd say.
Yeah, probably some corny looking bald guys, you know,
Yeah.
No.
mid
There's
40s, you
probably
know, at
some
the time.
guys that-
No, they look like they actually look like a band that could have been playing on stage with Cameo or something like that. Cameo or Andre 3000 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, but you know, I mean, they got offered by the label to pay some money. I mean, I don't blame them at all. I mean, like, y'all want me to do what? Just basically dance and have a microphone on and move my mouth?
Yeah.
Okay,
Get paid?
Yeah.
I would have done it too.
Didn't the Backstreet
You
Boys
know.
do the same shit?
You know, I mean, I
Different age, time period though. That's the thing.
Britney Spears even? Come on.
Yeah.
well nowadays, you know, lip syncing at concerts, you know, nobody bats an eye at it.
Yeah, they'll play the actual track just underneath and they'll
Yeah.
just like say the lyrics over it. They won't even do the whole song. They'll stand there and like let you rap while they fucking check out my song.
Well, that's what kind of disappointed me when I'd finally seen Tech Nine. This was probably 6-7 years ago.
Oh, does he perform over the full song?
Well, I figured because it was like his label thing. So Ritz was there, Mayday, a bunch of his other, you know, all of his the people he had on his label, and he has songs with them all. So like, oh, he's gonna be out all night, you know. I mean, you know, but no, he didn't come out for anybody else's songs.
Just it.
Which I mean, I'm not hating on Tech, but that's just that's the protocol for that type of show. And so I was like, yeah, I can't. I was disappointed. By the time Tech came on, I was just, we watched. Of course, my ex was acting crazy too. So by the time I watched a couple songs of Tech, and I was just like, yeah, no. So, but I still love Tech, but I don't know if I'd see him live again.
I can respect his hustle. He definitely made a fucking market for himself.
Definitely, and I mean, he earned not working all night. But I was like, damn, that would have been cool if he'd have been out there, just, you know, one or two songs. You know, I mean, you just do one song with each band. You know, I mean, that seemed you know, fair in my mind. But I was let down.
I bet that wouldn't have happened at the gathering of the Juggalos, dog. They'd be up there all
all night long, high on cough syrup.
We're gonna play that, right, Kevin? Gathering of the Juggalos, 2025.
Start working on it.
Said Atmosphere. You know who Atmosphere is?
The rapper?
We're gonna have you
The
jump off.
band.
Of,
I mean, they're
so basically, what I
you know,
hear,
I mean, it's a rapper and then a producer,
Slow
but
them,
they come full band. I seen them in Lawrence full band,
Really?
and little small Granada. Is that Lawrence Granada?
Yeah, the Granada.
I think that's where it was at.
Yeah, the Granada Theater. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's where it was at. And it was
I've been there a few
it was pretty amazing. Just a small little club. And,
Yeah.
you know, of course, I was young and pretty shit faced by the time it started. So I was like, God damn, I didn't know the pacing. I hadn't figured that out. It's all about pacing. I kind of went and then puked and then went again and maybe puked a second time.
but the recovery back then was quicker. So
Oh, it definitely was. I mean, it definitely was.
Woke up the next morning listening to that Hangover song. I forget what it's called.
Oh yeah, I don't know. What sucked at that one, I think, is at least one of them. I had to drive home. I had a 74 Vanagon, however you want to pronounce it, and I had flipped the middle seat, and the back had laid down to a bed, and my buddies, they all fucking passed out, and I'm fucking driving drunk from Lawrence back to Wichita. I mean, this was long ago. Statute of limitations has ended. I would never do that again. I'm
no
over
one was
that.
murdered. So
I'm over that. Yeah, we survived, but it sucked. It sucked. Like 3:00 in the morning. You know, I remember leaving Lawrence and like, okay, actually, you know, we could probably find a place to park and sleep.
Right.
But I'm like, fuck this. I'm on my bed, man. That's I'm just like my bed. So it became a quest. Like I said, I survived. I would never do that again. I lucked out. I learned my lesson. Fortunately, without hurting anybody, myself included. Too much. Yeah, I'm the only one that I did hurt. Young and dumb. But they say you got to be young and dumb to become old and wise. So, not that I'm old and wise. I'm just old. Old and broke. So again, we got the Haters Coalition. We got Esley and Lance here. We're talking about they've got an upcoming show this coming Saturday. It is a Spirit of the Season clothing drive. And they're and you know, you can come donate any kind of clothing. Preferably not. I mean,
Some, like, winter
if it's
clothing,
underwear or socks, you just make it clean.
something
you know?
you think would keep you warm in the winter, we're donating it to the homeless.
Wash
people who
it,
ain't got
please,
it.
first.
Yeah, bring some clean shit. We ain't giving them
It amazed me
dirty-ass
how much of that
chonies.
stuff was new.
Oh, was it?
A lot of it was new.
We
Last
got
year,
Dreadstar Rising,
Dread Star Rising. We got
Jackass the band, or Ass Jack. It could be. You know, I mean,
Pull up and find out. Let's
pull
party.
up and find out. I think this was a typo, and I think it's Ass Jack. Hank 3 will definitely be there.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on.
great. Now we're gonna get somebody. Oh, it's a free
As
show.
long as they
anyway.
come out and find out, and bring a
That's right. Bring
piece
them
of
a donation,
clothing.
and you don't even have to pay to find out.
yeah, exactly.
Bring some beanies, bring some long johns,
Yeah.
bring some socks,
Yeah,
Bring a,
gloves and
bring a
socks.
ski mask.
bring some ski masks. We'll run up
Crime
to the
went
Target
up
after.
after the 23rd punk show. Crime rose. Oh,
All right, Kevin. Now explain to me this wiener you drew over here on this
The wiener?
on that canvas. Over
I draw
there.
wieners and everything I do, man. Then it gets covered up.
This is what happens.
It's funny because I opened up one of my old art boxes that I have a bunch of paints in, and somebody a long time ago, I'm sure I know who it was, took one of my Sharpies out and painted a wiener right on top of the lip of the drawer.
Right.
God damn it.
Yeah, that's
It's been there for about 5-6 years now.
better than on your speaker cap. I have a guy. I played in a band with a guy, and he drew dicks all over my speaker cap
Actually,
on the grill. So
He-
I had to cut the grill off.
at
Like a
Kirby's,
resurface.
here's a challenge for people. At Kirby's, I don't know if it's still really there or not, but remember when somebody painted that penis above our logo?
Yeah.
But it was in black, so the background's black already, so you can see it.
Right.
You know, at the outdoor stage, there's a thing up there, but now he's got that tarp. It always kind of covers it up, and it has their. I can't remember what all it says, but it says you can tip the bands. And has showed. I did a painting of the bucket, and then we have like their Venmo and their Cash App there, and somebody put a penis right above the tip the bands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wrong tip.
in all black. So somebody had to make it an effort to get their asses up there
Right.
because we had to use a step ladder to get up there.
Yeah.
I still remember on the patio where they got like those two stickers. They're like, it's like a yin yang of dicks like swirling against each other.
That's our pastime. The Haters Coalition pastime. We look for dick paintings at bars and street signs.
Fine dick art.
Fine
Dick
art.
Yep, I can see that now. We'll start taking pictures of our next album, our first album. There'll be a bunch of dick pictures all over.
I was watching Neighbors. I don't know if you've seen that with Seth Rogen
Oh yeah.
and make some raise $10,000 by making dildos out of
Yeah, they're making the dildos. Yeah.
had the goofy
Oh, yeah.
kid from
Yeah.
McLovin.
Yeah.
He had the huge.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we've had a few on here, but no one's commenting today.
Yeah. They're being haters.
Yeah, y'all need some questions.
Need some questions.
We're on the StreamYard. We lost broadcast.
I know a lot of people because we did
Talking beards.
we did a Christmas brunch today just before I came here. So
With the fairies?
yeah,
With the elves?
there was elves this
With the
time.
gnomes and the dwarves?
And
What kind of
I-
magical creatures was it today, Kevin?
I was dressed just like this, a Viking. So I stood back as those.
I don't think Vikings are mystical enough, Kevin.
Was Bigfoot there?
Those Bigfoot. Could be.
That's what I want to know.
Could be. I mean, we can produce everything from a bunny rabbit to a Grinch to a
Right.
few other critters.
Yeah.
You'll see I'll bust out like the Loch Ness Monster.
Loch Ness Why is he fuzzy and look like a fuzzy photo?
What if that thing was fuzzy? That'd be weird.
That would be. Same with the Bigfoot ones where you can just barely see him.
What if Bigfoot was fucking hairless? That'd be weird too.
What about the? I've been listening to how. I mean, I'm sure that's old news, but how he's tied to the UFOs. Because that's why you never find Bigfoot, because they suck him up in there before you can. Catch
Yeah. Before you can catch him, he's off and
him.
gone.
They beam him up.
Beam him up. I don't know. I saw Harry and the Hendersons. Someone found him.
Yeah.
People don't see Bigfoot no more, do they?
I don't know.
After the internet got big,
I got a good friend that
They came here and was looking for him around Cheney Reservoir.
I have a friend that's pretty certain about it. So
I'm
I
gonna
want to believe.
make some
Sam
big
Elliott.
platforms and just walk around in the snow whenever it comes out.
That's terrifying. That motherfucker's gonna be mean as shit.
He is.
He's gonna like just flick you and turn you into.
Well, he's
dust.
probably like that old man that's like, get off my lawn. That's
Yeah,
the reason he
it's
doesn't
probably
want
some
to.
old redneck,
Probably because he doesn't want to be seen by people. So he's like, finally see him and he shoves a shotgun in your face and blows your face off.
You don't need a
You want
shot.
Bigfoot? Yeah, you're talking
You
about
don't think he's got just natural mountain man freak strength, dog?
like grizzly bear strength.
Exactly. He fights grizzly bears barehanded. So.
Right.
He thumb wrestles grizzly bears
Oh, that's right.
because the grizzly bears are nice to him, but that's because thumb wrestle, man, that freaking claw would rip your hand off. Ah! I got some new songs to sing about.
Yeah.
New
Material,
lyrics.
huh?
Y'all ever seen a hairless bear? Those things look freaky as fuck.
Yeah.
They're all saggy and shit.
There is hairless bears.
Like they're sick or something. They're not a species.
It's
but
not made.
That's
that
probably
way.
why
they
they're
got like alopecia or something.
Like something's
They just look
wrong.
Gross. Yeah.
Not like those hairless cats.
No, they look like those, but worse, even spookier.
Probably because what are they, about 1,000 pounds or more?
Sure.
9
They're heavy.
foot tall, hairless bear. Man, that'd be scary as hell. What the hell is that thing?
It'd be like you remember that movie. Do you remember it? You remember it, Kevin?
John
What
Candy.
now?
Remember Prophecy?
Oh.
Yeah.
Where that bear, they were dumping shit in the river, and all this stuff was like those pollywogs like this big. And so there was a bear killing people, and it's like this huge bear, and it's
That's right. It was like 13 foot tall or
Yeah,
something. It was huge.
yeah. like it'd be.
But you could
people
see,
on
but
their
you could see
sleeping
it was
bag,
also
and it's like,
disease too, though. It's like,
Yeah, it's all like mutated.
All right. Like,
Lake Placid, both bears and
Yeah.
crocodiles.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I was thinking of the Great Outdoors with
That's a good
John
movie.
Candy, where he shoots the bear in the ball bags. It's the first bear movie I think of.
Unlike Jack Black would go out and wrestle a bear.
What was that? Y'all need to watch the new Winnie the Pooh. It's like a horror movie.
Oh, that Blood Honey.
Yeah,
Blood Honey. I started to watch that. I didn't finish it, but I need to finish it.
I watched the trailer and it looked good,
Mhm.
and then after it came out, like everyone was like, "This movie is ass." And
Oh,
I'm
it's
like,
got it's horrible
"Oh."
ratings. Yeah.
I don't pay attention to any of that. Because one of my favorite horror flicks is Rubber.
Yeah.
It's about a
With
serial
the
killer.
tire?
Yeah, the tire.
Yeah, the tire, I
It's a
remember
serial killer tire.
Yeah. Have you seen? There's a new one. It's called Slacks.
Oh
It's
my
about a
god.
pair of pants. That
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's called
dude.
Slacks,
That's sick.
but it's like SLAXXX.
Oh.
I tried to get Ginger Dead Man versus the.
So at
Evil
first you'd be
Dog.
like, you put on the slacks, you're like, ah. So it's starting to.
I actually looked at the DVD yesterday because I was in Vintage Stock, and I'm like, I need to see this, and I have Shutter. It's on Shutter, anyways. I turned it around and like some of the scenes, it had a guy being strangled by the pants,
Fuck yeah.
and it's just a pair of pants. I mean, yeah.
I see where our videos are going to start heading to now.
I think I stole that from Jimmy Neutron. Though.
Now there's shows like there's one called I think it's called Charlie, and this guy put on this suit, but they put this super shrinking stuff in it, and it got activated somehow, and he couldn't get it off, so this suit literally just kept shrinking until he exploded.
Right.
Something like that. I think it's called Charlie or something like that. It was one of those weird ones. I just remember one guy was looking through, it was a dumbwaiter, and he was looking through and it was open, so he's looking.
It's like older or new?
It's older. It's like 70s.
Oh, I'm gonna check
And
it
he's sitting
out.
there looking like this, and the guillotine came down and chopped off his head, and now his head's on the dumbwaiter.
Right.
Stuff like that. It was a weird, crazy. I actually saw that when I was in grade school at the Crown Uptown, when you could pay like 50 cents to get into the Crown Uptown.
Oh, okay.
And I was too young to get in, but they still let us in.
Right.
'Cause that's when they also had the cigarette machines on the second balcony where you could get them out of the machine.
Yeah.
Mm. Fucking violating code over here, Kevin.
Mhm.
Come on.
It was the 70s. It was all legal. It was all legal. They didn't start cracking down on it until the early 80s.
Right. Yeah, you
And
could
now
go to
look
any
at
movie
us.
you wanted back in the day.
Mhm.
You just paid for the PG one, but then you walked into the R one.
It'd be like when Star Wars first came out. I remember going into the theater. We went to the early one. It was on a Saturday or something. It was during the summer when it came out, so we weren't in school anyway. Went in at 10. We just kept skipping from theater to theater. I don't think we left. We saw that movie like 8 times that day.
Right.
Because there was just nothing like
Oh,
it
yeah.
at that time.
We'd do that. Yeah, watch it over and over again.
We just
Fucking
skip.
telling on
We
you.
just sit there, not even leave the theater, or
Right.
hell, wait, it's showing in the other ones. We'd sneak into the other
You
theater.
are fucking grounded.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm straight ace now.
Just pay the senior discount now.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot cheaper for me.
Yeah.
So I kind of messed things up here. You'll have to bring it all back. I didn't.
Sure it is.
I didn't end the stream though.
Oh, it's all screwed up. now.
There's the comments right there, Kevin.
And but there's no comments on there. See?
Oh, see, everyone hates you, Kevin.
Is it the banners I got to hit to get everything back?
Yeah, click banners.
Okay.
No, not banners, brand.
Oh. So where are we at on everything? Oh, we still got about 15 minutes.
See.
Some cool stuff. Plus, sometime in February, we're doing a show. And they said it's a Rio tribute. So I wonder if it's not to our old Johnny Rio from the Juveniles here in town. Did you ever meet him during your punk stuff with
It's Joe Rio.
Joe Rio? Not Johnny, Joe Rio.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You
Lots of bands with Joe Rio.
know, yeah. Oh, you have played with Joe Rio?
Oh, yeah. Many bands.
Okay.
First band I ever played in was with Joe Rio.
Okay.
We played in a band called Diatribe. This was 2005.
Is that what that's going to be? And from what I understand,
Yeah, it's
Rio
a, it's a,
Fest?
it's a
Joe Rio. I didn't mean Johnny. I mean Joe.
like kind of like a memorial type show, but yearly, annually.
Yeah, I knew his
Okay.
ex better than I knew Joe because she was doing cabaret and some other stuff, and that's how I met her through my costuming.
Right,
But that was way after they were no longer together.
right. Yeah, I've been in a lot of bands with Joe.
Okay. I was wondering if that guy, that's coming up in February, man. I think that's going to be a big.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see who's all going to be there.
yeah. I think it's over a couple days too, like Beat Fest.
Oh,
I think. I'm pretty sure.
It's
like
it's
a
what
Friday,
the
Saturday deal at least.
I know it's way out there. It's February, so it's still a couple months
I'm
away.
fairly sure it's 2 to 3 days. Yeah.
Because I know in the punk scene, he had during his time period, he had a pretty big impact on it.
Yeah, he was in a lot of bands.
Yeah. And,
Istanbulis, remember?
yeah, I remember them.
Yep.
That's a tight name.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Joe, he's the ultimate
Albert.
punk front man. And when you see that, he also pretty much lived that lifestyle.
Oh yeah. No, there wasn't anything fake. That's for sure.
First time I met him, I didn't know who he was. We were playing a Rabbit 666 show. I never met him. I probably have seen him. I just didn't realize it. And the guys from Parallax were there playing, and we were opening for him or something. I can't remember the whole mix of it. And I didn't know I didn't know who Joe was, but there was a phone sitting out. It was from the drummer from Parallax. He grabbed that phone from the guy from Parallax, took it, just slammed it on the table. Guy from Parallax was like, "What the hell?" I'm going, all right. And we had to. So next thing I know, everybody's breaking up the fight.
You didn't break it?
I honestly don't know, to be honest with you, because when that happened, the guy, and then Joe was just, and I was like, who the heck is that guy? He's
Yeah.
crazy. And then I heard who he
Stir it
was.
up.
Once I heard, and then all the stories started coming out, and I was like, holy cow. And then he decided to end it. But
Sometimes.
have you met his daughter? She's like about 21
Yeah,
now.
I have met his daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's-
because Joe was also in a band we had called Boot. In
He was in that one too?
mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, when we
drums.
played with you.
He played drums in Boot.
When we played with you guys, he was playing?
Yep. Mhm.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. What little I know.
Yeah.
Huh.
Kevin's oblivious.
Well, at that time period, too, you got to put it in perspective. I just retired from the military. I wasn't sleeping. PTSD, I found out was a real thing.
Right.
So a lot of crazy stuff was going on in my life too.
So
So
basically, Kevin doesn't give a fuck about y'all, so he doesn't remember your names.
Yeah.
who are you? What?
Kevin's got to ask me what the address is every week.
Well, I know where you live, man. Why do I need to? You know, I was telling him, yeah, you go down Seneca, you pass the trailer court, and then you go one more block, and then one more block, and you're there.
Dude, on the way here, I kept turning down a Maywood instead of Lockwood. Like, where the fuck is his house at?
And I know it's 5300 block. And I was thinking that was 53rd Street out there, but actually the next street's like 58th, isn't it? Or 55th or something like that. The actual street that has a number on it.
Yeah, I think there's one more that has a name, and then the number one.
That reminds me, Kevin. Where did you learn to spell Seneca, son?
Yeah, he had the 2 N's in there.
It was coming. It kept coming up on the phone as I was spelling it. It didn't look right to me, but I said it anyway. Blame it on the AI. Did it? AI did it.
AI is bad.
Because I typed in SANICA and then it popped up with 2 N's, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I just said it.
Yeah.
It's 2 E's, Kevin.
Whatever. I mean, I typed it in right, but then when it came up, it showed the other one, so I just clicked on it. I was like, I don't think that's right, but I don't care.
Hell yeah, son. Hell yeah.
Hell, I spell my last name wrong all the time because the people with the O ends on it confuses me.
Come up with a whole alias, Kevin.
Maybe
You should become John Hansen. And John Hansen should become Kevin.
Right.
Hell yeah, dude.
we just started introducing it. Really screwed. People were confused enough as it was when they first started meeting us. Is he your son or is he your brother? Or... And then we were
I
like,
thought y'all were like uncle and nephew or some shit when we first met y'all.
he's got a brother here that plays with the Moonhoax guys. The Great Moonhoax.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays guitar. And yeah, I told him we need to get together and we'll do a Hansen band. We'll do Hansen covers, but we'll do them like punk or metal, rock and metal instead of the.
Right.
We'll do speed metal with Oombop. Start sounding like corn. Yeah, we just got a non-verbal group of people here, man. Usually we got all kinds of questions going on. Like I said, it's also the Christmas. So we won't be on, I'm sure, next week, right?
I think this is our last pod of the year.
Yeah, and we won't be on during New Year's. So expect us back probably the first week or so of January.
You guys posted.
Mhm. And stuff like that. But again, make sure you get to this. And like I said, we had a bunch of people last year who didn't necessarily come into the show, but they did drop off.
Drop the stuff off.
Yeah. No, yeah, this is, they can't see it. He's picking my nose, by the way, guys. And here's the actual event there.
You're gonna fucking pull up.
So you get in free, right? You drop some
If
off.
you bring in some fucking blankets, some coats, some beanies, some
Do you
winter
get in?
clothes.
I want to see those marshmallow jackets that what's his name
Bring
from
in
Limp
some
Bizkit
Oh, yeah.
Biscuit used to wear. 'Cause
Yeah,
I was-
bring in some
down.
puff
we're
coats,
gonna
son.
bring that back. We're gonna bring that look back.
Those are the expensive
Yeah,
coats.
I know.
Basically, we're trying to dress the homeless up in Gucci and North Face. So if you bring anything
Yeah.
less than that, we're gonna kick you back out. It's $10 to get in unless you bring said Gucci and North Face.
Oh, so $200 or $10.
I don't know. We may have waffles.
The money we get from that, the money we get from that too will be going to buy some
Yeah,
more
we're just
winter
gonna
gear
go buy
too.
more Gucci and North Face. If we get enough, we'll get some Burberry too. You know.
But like last year, that one guy dropped off that big old box full.
I'm gonna.
I've seen quite a few people come in and drop stuff off and just leave.
From the bottom of my
Right.
soul, Brandon Whipple sent that dude because I harassed him online.
So now you're harassing the new one. So
yeah, I don't think Lily was gonna come down there.
she hasn't been in office long enough. She's not.
She said, "Fuck this guy. I'm not helping." the
Brandon
homeless again."
Whipple went to your two.
Yeah, that's why I messaged him like, "Oh, you're gonna come to Josh's."
Oh, yeah,
Thing?
when
You're
we-
gonna come to Punk
That's right.
Christmas too, bro.
When we played there, I forgot. Yeah.
I don't know. I just keep saying that dude got sent by Brandon Whipple. I keep telling everyone.
He just kind of came in, barely came in the door, set the stuff on the table, and left. I remember that.
So I don't want to support these fucking punks.
You know, we still have syrup left over from that.
Justin was
Yeah.
telling me the other
There's still a
day,
case of syrup back.
that's why I'm gonna bring some waffles.
The time looking like Kevin.
There you go, guys. We're gonna have waffles. It's beneficial. We got 5 minutes. I'll just sit back.
Slide over or take a. Either way, we got some ink punk going on behind us.
Oh yeah.
Whatever we want to call that. I think it's looking pretty good.
See, we just used the reference. We didn't use the actual picture. So but
Looks
that's how
nothing-
it works. Sometimes you got
looks
to
nothing like it.
inspired.
Not at all. Not yet.
You know,
After
you
the
just
camera
gotta
goes
look
off,
for
I'm
stuff
gonna.
to be inspired when it comes to art. And like when you talk about that, I'm not putting my 2 cents on that whole frog thing. Like I said, I'm for it if it's for what it was. Did he even mention it before he turned it in that it was
He's for it because
Off-
he's a cyborg.
off of AI?
I don't think so.
See,
I think
it was after he did it, and someone says, and it's very obvious,
well, I think there was 4 or 5 judges. I can't remember the number of
but
judges.
the judges aren't artists.
Probably not. But
I
they
know they're
didn't.
not.
They didn't catch it. And I mean, I can generally tell if
So
the,
there was
if
like
the piece
another,
is
like,
AI.
lens on like the glass hook or whatever, some shit.
Yeah,
There's, like
it-
a couple of things with it.
It always adds a little, 6 hands, 5 legs, and like I said, I'll use it for a flyer, but I mean, I'll take, I'll modify it digitally to make it have 5 hands if it has 6
I
hands.
mean, it says you're getting $20 flyers. I mean, if someone's paying you $200 to $300, yeah.
yeah,
you're gonna
it
get
depends
the
on what.
full-
At least you're modifying it, doc. I've seen hella people out here just using the same flyer for different shows, like over and over.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy did modify it, and he claims that he put in about another 90 hours.
Yeah, he did. The background of the skyline was off of a photo of his. He put the keeper of the planes in the lenses, and he added the pipe with the bubbles. And the frog definitely looks like it has a few more digits than it should have. But if he would have just took that and then used that as a reference, then there would have been
No big deal.
no argument, even if he traced over the shit and recreated it digitally.
About a year ago, there was an artist that was a digital artist, and they were claiming he was using AI. He swears he didn't, but when they did the AI, it looked very similar to what he was doing.
Yeah.
But he was a digital artist that's been around way before AI, so he was able to prove that his stuff was not AI.
Yeah, I think we talked about it on one of the podcasts.
So I mean, there's artists out there that are already doing similar stuff like that. Because from what I understand, aren't they just like stealing parts from a bunch of other art that's out there and just like mashing it all together?
Yeah, it
Some of
goes to the internet. And that's what it does. It kind of whatever. I don't know how they. I don't know how the robot works, but
Because now they do it even for lyric stuff and music and everything else.
they got Hank Hill singing the Richmond north of Richmond. That was pretty funny.
That's tight.
Well, I got some recordings of the first band I was in it's 3 songs. And I'd always kind of wanted, band's been broke up forever, but I wanted to make a movie out of it. First I was doing it like Randall does, doing an animated is what the thing was, but I'm like, oh, God, that's a lot of fucking work. I need a team of motherfuckers for me to get this done. Then I thought I've always wanted to do, like a movie too. So I thought about doing a movie to it, but all I don't have the actual recordings of it. So I'm going to explore with AI to see if I can, get the everything separated and get the balance.
Get Gilbert Gottfried to sing them shits, dude.
I want to understand what's happening on that too. A guy was explaining it to me yesterday when he saw what Randall did. I showed him the video, and it's Williams from Culture Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentioned something to me of the style, and I said, yeah, that's where they actually have people film, and then it turns them into an animation. And
Yeah, it's a slippery slope, no doubt. But take one last look at our ink punk background. Esley's going to be riding a motorcycle on there next time we get together, which will be after the first of the
with
year.
clamshell bikini on.
Clamshell bikini.
We'll see.
It'll be a cyberpunk clamshell bikini, though.
Yeah. But again, I want to thank you guys coming on, and then thank all the amazing guests we've had this year. Like I said, I've been going through looking at some of the old stuff will pop up, and it's like, we've had some pretty cool people grace the studio, so I'm honored. Thank y'all. We'll see you next year.
Mm-hmm. And see you the 23rd, even
Yep.
if it's just for a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
People are doing their Christmas